I know what you're gonna say. That the last time I made a video about AMC, I said it was going to be my last video about AMC. But I wanted to make a video today talking about AMC because I've officially bought my puts. That's right, I am short AMC. Gonna show you guys my positions, show you the entries, show you everything that I've got going on here. Total transparency, showing you guys my short on AMC right here in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and well, I'm back. You know, one of the reasons that I really wanted to make this video, and one of the reasons that I keep talking about AMC, is not so much because I think there's money to be made either way. You know, like I said before, I'm gonna trade, you know, what's hot, what's not. But the pure fact now that I just really want to prove people wrong. And in that attempt, I might end up being proven wrong. You know, I might end up looking like a fool here, which, you know, people will comment below how I already look like a fool. But hey, the story is not yet written, my friends. The story is not yet written. Taking a look here at the chart on AMC, you can see what we got going on right now. I don't know if you can see this any more clear. I know a lot of AMC holders and ape investors, you know, they can't see what's right in front of them sometimes. I saw people posting about how, first off, the price of AMC is not the real price. The real price of AMC is $1,000. This is insanity. We're living in a world now where people will believe anything on the internet. You know, at the end of the day, I understand you've got to kind of pick a side. You got to understand that, you know, there's money to be made both long and short here on AMC, possibly. I don't really know if there's any money to be made long here or not, but in general, you know, I'm short. I'm very short, and I'll show you my positions here in a second. But right now, we've got AMC at the 37.92 area. This is the hourly chart that we're looking at. What I want to point out, again, like I said, is that downward trend that is so beautifully holding right now. And you can draw it however you want. I mean, it's holding, baby. There is clear resistance on the chart. There is clear price movement to the downside. Now, first off, I fully believe, I'm going to say it right now, and I'm probably going to be wrong because every time I make a video like this, it always ends up doing the opposite. So maybe I should say that I fully believe that AMC is going to $70 by the end of Friday. But instead, I'm going to just go ahead and say that I believe this pattern will play out the way it's playing out right now. I believe we will get down here to that $32 area, that support, that bottom of this trend, that line. That trend is basically pointing us right down here to the $32 area. I'm hoping we get there before Friday, basically. I would love to see AMC down in the $32 area before Friday because I have $38 puts that I'll show you here in a minute. But in general, I do believe that this price action will continue lower and AMC will see this area down here. Now, if AMC cannot hold $32, it's very clear that AMC would then start to sell more. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that my target from there really would be the $15 area on AMC. So that's what I'm seeing with the charts. You know, I'm not going to sit here and basically talk about all the hypotheticals for all the reasons that AMC is going down. You know, like Trades and Matt Kors and all these guys on YouTube that basically, when the price of AMC goes down, they just basically blame hedge funds. They blame short sellers. They blame the SEC. They blame the dark pools, the magical dark pools. Do you even know what is inside the dark pool? Well, Trades obviously has a very good idea because he's been living in the dark pool because he's a troll. I'm just saying that just because I want to get you guys all fired up and somebody can comment below. I need more comments, more dislikes, more money, baby. Let's go. All right, so you can see my positions up here at the top. We'll go through this and kind of talk about my entries and my overall game plan, why I believe these things will print, why these puts will print. So first off, I've got these July 30th $38 puts. They're in the money right now with AMC closing below $38, but I believe that we will see, you know, $35, $36, possibly $32 by the end of day on Friday. One thing that I've kind of seen as a pattern with AMC is most Fridays are red on AMC, right? I've even seen like the apes say the same exact thing. Most Fridays for AMC have been red over the past few weeks. So I'm thinking even if we go sideways from the $38 to $35 area into Friday, I would expect us to close below $38. And I'm going to expect us to close even below $35, but I have those $38 puts. I paid $1.79 for those puts. Today, they hit $2.50 as a high, and I would believe by Friday, these things could be much higher, you know, at the $5, $6 area on those $38 puts that expire July 30th. Now, I then have these puts, these August 6th. August 6th. Now, I'm going to tell you why I have these puts. First off, we have earnings coming out on the 4th for AMC. And I'm going to say that the earnings are not going to be good, and that will just trigger, you know, a overall sell-off in terms of the bots and the high-frequency traders. Everyone's going to sell when the earnings come out and they're totally terrible and there's no actual turnaround happening, and AMC is just going into the gutter at that point. So these expire on the 6th. Again, it's a Friday. They're going to expire on that Friday after the earnings. So at that point, if we can get below $35, which I think is very, 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 very possible based on the chart that I just showed you guys. You can say, you know, there's no way AMC is going to the moon, I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the chart is clearly showing a downtrend, and then it's clearly showing that $32 area being our next target for this downtrend to continue. If it can't hold $32, well, then I'm going to be rich, and this stock is going to be well below $30 at that point on August 6th. If it's well below $30, I'm going to be looking real pretty. Same thing with these options today. They hit a high of $3.10. I paid $2.72 for them. Now, my next $30 puts are going to be on August 13th. Those will be expiring on August 13th. At that point, if everything kind of plays out the way that I'm really kind of looking for it to play out here, we should be in the $20 range at that point. So that's why I bought the $30 puts. And you might ask me, you know, well, Patrick, why wouldn't you just only buy $38 puts expiring on Friday? And well, you know, I'm trying to be somewhat reasonable and somewhat smart here with what I'm buying and selling with these options, because in the past, you know, I got screwed on the weeklies. So I'm not going to do the weeklies anymore. I'm going to look for options that are expiring further out, so it gives me a little bit more wiggle room to play with. Now, after that, after August 13th, well, guess what? We've got $25 puts that expire on August 20th. And well, kind of the same theory. If all these puts expire in the money as we go from July 30th to August 6th to August 13th to August 20th, at that point, the stock should be below $20. And well, I'm going to be sitting pretty. And guess what? I have September 3rd. September 3rd, $15 puts that I paid 60 cents for. You can see here, paid 60 cents for them. They're kind of trading sideways right now with this sideways movement in the stock. But I believe at that point, September 30th, those $15 puts will also be in the money. September 3rd at that point. I've also got some $21 puts that I bought for August 20th. Same kind of idea. I just got them really cheap. They're like half the price of the $25 puts. If these print, they print. I'm going to be a little less, I guess, you know, if those $25 puts, like I said, if everything kind of works out the way that I'm looking for it to work out, well, then those puts are going to print. Now, what's interesting for you guys, the apes out there, guess what? I have some calls. Now, why would I buy calls? Number one, I bought calls just because if this thing does have the mother of all squeezes, I'll have some type of exposure to it. Now, I have $70 calls that expire on Friday, and I paid 8 cents for these. These are totally like, yeah, I mean, you're basically at that point just throwing the money away. It's such a insane it's such an insane chance that the stock would be $70 by Friday. But hey, if it happens, I would actually make more money from these calls on the $70 calls if the stock price could be like $75, $80 by Friday, which again, that's like insane. It's the possibility of that happening is so low at this point. But if it did happen, I would actually make way more money from the calls than I would make from any of the puts. So I'm totally fine. Friday, my friends, I'm totally fine if this stock goes to $80, $100, $1,000 on Friday. Well, I'm going to be sitting so beautiful, right? I'll be so happy. I'll be so fine with it. The worst thing that can happen for me really at this point with AMC, the worst thing that could really happen for me with these options on AMC is it goes sideways. If it goes sideways, I'm totally screwed. I'm not going to make any money. Even if the stock price is below $38, I'm screwed. I really need this stock to either go up huge or go down gracefully to that $30 area over the next week. So that's really the plan here for me. I believe that there is an opportunity, possibly there's a 1,000,001 possible chance that AMC goes insane and I somehow print those $70 calls. There's some chance. I'm going to just say that. There is some chance, right? It's possible. But I'm not going to go and put all my money weighed onto that because I don't really have that conviction that it is possible. Now, I do have August 13th $70 calls as well. These August 13th calls, same idea. If for some reason the earnings comes out and, you know, the world thinks that AMC is going to be amazing, blah, 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 and the stock just goes to the moon next week and the week after, and we have a mother of all squeezes and it goes to $200, $300, $500, well, by August 13th, those calls are going to be worth a lot of money. So really, I guess I should just start screaming and yelling how AMC is going to the moon. Because really, at this point, like I said, if those calls, those $70 calls end up printing, I would make way more money off of those calls than I would ever make from the puts. Because you got to remember, the puts have like a limited down, or, you know, there's only so much money that you can make because the stock going down. The stock goes from 20 to 0. That's all you can make. There is no more, you know, in between. Between 20 and between $38 and 0, you know, anything below there is where I make money at. But the thing is, with those $70 calls, if for some reason I'm totally wrong here, I'm totally wrong about everything, I have no idea what I'm talking about, maybe I'm totally wrong here, and there is a mother of all squeezes, and the stock goes to $1,000, if that happened, I would make so much money off of those calls. You know, just looking at the chart, it's very, very clear. Like I said, we have a downtrend. The stock is going sideways basically at this point. The stock is basically hitting this downtrend multiple times now. We are moving to the downside. The one option here is if we bounce tomorrow, right? If this bounces tomorrow in this area and breaks back above 40, that could be bad because I believe at that point the stock would just kind of get stuck in this area and not really do much and maybe go to $46. It's not even going to get anywhere near 70, I don't believe, at that point. So that could really screw me in the long run here. I could end up just getting screwed here totally if the stock does kind of hold here. You know, obviously I'm not going to say that we're not getting a higher low. We got a higher low here, obviously. And then today we closed basically on that trend again. So we're in that diamond formation here. And then our next formation, we're looking for this to push down to here. We need this down in this area, down in that $30 area by Friday. Or really, I just need like $35, $34, $32 by Friday. And I'm sitting pretty. I'm sitting pretty on those $38 calls. Problem is, like I said, if this pushes up here in the $40 area and just kind of goes sideways, then I'm screwed. Even if it just closes at $38 on Friday, I'm still going to lose money. I need this to be, you know, $32, $33, $31 by the end of day on Friday for those puts to really mature and to be able to make money on those puts. If it closes at $35, $36, I'll barely break even because of the implied volatility. So I really need the stock to be down here in the $30 area by Friday, July 30th. We'll see what happens. We're going to see what happens here. I'm showing you guys my positions. I've got real money on the line here. Got real money invested in this short thesis on AMC. I believe it's going down. You can believe that it's going up, and we can still be friends. I want to remind people that, right? A lot of people get very, 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 very angry and very, very upset when they watch my videos because they don't understand, why do I talk about Trey? Because he has a heart condition. He's in the military. Guys, nothing that I point out at Trey has anything to do with his heart condition or his military or any of that stuff. Never have I ever attacked any of those things. What I'm talking about when I talk about Trey or I talk about Matt is clearly, you know, they're doing the YouTube thing the same way that I'm doing it. They're doing it in a way to get people to watch their videos to make money off of YouTube. I know a lot of people think that Trey and Matt are their supreme leaders and they're taking them to the promised land out of the goodness of their heart. But let's be honest here. People that make videos on YouTube who spend all this time to do this, it's not that they don't, want to help people, but at the same time, they're making money off of you guys watching these videos. The same way I'm going to make money off of you guys watching this video. It's entertainment, it's information. Even when you dislike the video, even when you comment that I'm an idiot and I should delete my YouTube sucks and it's dead. Even when you do all that, the YouTube still pays me, right? I still get money from YouTube. This is a game. We're playing a game here with YouTube. Who can get the most views, who can get the most comments, and get the most interaction on their content, because obviously YouTube is going to reward that content who gets the most comments and interaction. And like that video that I made of trade had like 55,000 views. And all of it was hate. And everyone said how much they hated me and how I was a terrible person and I'm going to hell and YouTube should delete my account. But you've also got to think about, at the end of the day, this is a website that you have a choice. You can choose to watch my content. You can choose to watch Trey's content. You can choose to say that I'm an idiot. And I have no problem with that. I don't hate anyone who thinks that, I'm an idiot or I live in my mom's basement. Clearly, I don't. You can watch the videos on my channel. This morning, out of the beach here in Hawaii, foiling, having a great time. Had a great day today. I went foiling. I worked out. I'm making this video now. This is my life, right? Like, I made this life to do what I do, which is basically making YouTube videos, making entertainment, making content, putting stuff out there. And at the end of the day, like I said before, I've got to have some type of thesis here. And like I said, I'm bearish on the stock because of what I see and what I believe. Is that to say that I'm right, you're wrong, we're all terrible people and we can hate each other and we should fight? No. At the end of the day, I want to remind everyone out there who thinks that this is a movement that's going to take down Wall Street. If AMC, let's say AMC goes up, let's say it goes up to $100 and the, hedge funds start magically covering, at that point, there's still going to be retail investors, people out there just like you, retail investors who are going to be buying shares of the company, believing that it's going to go higher. They're going to have FOMO. They're going to buy. They're going to invest. It's not going to be the hedge funds that will end up losing everything in the end. It will not be the hedge funds. It will end up being other people that are getting suckered into the FOMO, other people who are jumping on the bandwagon at that point. I think this whole idea that if everyone holds that only hedge funds can buy the shares back and the ape army is going to all become millionaires, I think that's a very, very just insane idea here. It makes no sense fundamentally. And I know people don't want to talk about fundamentals, but at the end of the day, for every sell, there's a buy. For every buy, there's a sell. So if I sell my shares on $100, who's to say that Jimmy down the street doesn't buy them at $100 and then the stock crashes back down to 50 and he ends up losing money? Somebody out there, I'm going to say lots of retail investors in the end will end up losing a lot of money on this whole movement to take down Wall Street. And like I've said in the past, big money, Wall Street, they don't lose. I see these articles talking about how hedge funds lost $12 billion because of AMC and GameStop. They lost 12, but they made 100. You got to think, it's all relative, right? They're losing money on this, but then they're making money on 100 other plays. This is not a battle of let's take down Wall Street by playing this game. That's one thing I want to make very clear. What the ape army is doing, what Wall Street Bets, all this is doing, they are playing into the Wall Street game. They're getting played like a fiddle. I mean, obviously, I'm a part of it too because I'm trading and I'm being a part of the Wall Street game as well. But at the end of the day, there is no answer that just solves all problems and we make the world a better place and everyone becomes rich. It just cannot happen. It just can't happen. Not everyone can drive around in Lambos. Somebody has to work at the gas station to fill up my Lambo. And that person might be an ape after they buy AMC at $2,000. So think about that the next time you scream and yell about how AMC is going to change the world and how hedge funds are going down, 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 down. So there it is. I put my mouth where my money is, or put my money where my mouth is. I said that wrong. But either way, I got money on the line here, people. Let's see what happens. let's comment below. You know, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. On Friday, where will the price of AMC be? We will find out. And at the end of the day, on Friday, it doesn't matter what I said, reading charts, or what you said. If the price of a stock is at a certain point, that's the price of the stock. It doesn't matter if people online say that this is not the real price. It's just not how it works, you know? If you make money, I make money. That's just how it is. If you lose and I make money, that's the facts, you know? That's the facts. So we will see what happens here on Friday with AMC. So stay tuned.